When Diana was little, Randy and I used to tell her she was adopted because we looked so much like twins. People always thought we were twins, and she didn't look like us.
Thank God, no.
She was so cute with all of these little ringlets, and everybody would come up to this cute little baby. Oh, is she cute? And here Randy and I are standing, but he ignored us.
That's why they picked on me. They were jealous.
Right.
I just found this baby. Lynx or bobcat. It was a lynx with the little points on its ears and a tail. So when it got too big to keep at the house, we took it up to the Tucson Desert Zoo up at Old Tucson. Our neighbor across the road was a television newscaster, and we didn't even know it because we didn't have a TV. He went to England when Queen Elizabeth was coronated because he was English, and so he went over there for that TV station, and he brought paper dolls back for me. When I was at my children's hospital affiliation, that's when John Kennedy was killed. I can remember distinctly. I had to walk over to the hospital where I worked, and I got as far as the bathroom on the first floor and just crumbled on the floor sobbing. I just thought it was terrible when John Kennedy was killed. My grandma liked to socialize a lot, though.
She moved constantly.
All the time. She did. She moved a lot. I remember going to her rooming house where she lived. She didn't have a bathroom in her room. She had like a little kitchenette, but she didn't have a bathroom. And when we'd go, we'd have to clean her room for her. Go with her. She would take us to the big theaters in downtown Cleveland.
Oh, she used to take me to Euclid Beach or Purita Springs Park.
Grandma Roach would babysit us. And on Tuesday was wrestling night, and she would watch wrestling on television, and I forget there was another night she would come, and that was Uncle Milty's night, and she'd watch Milton Berle. She liked to do what they called going bumming, and she would ride from one end of the streetcar line to the other end and stop at all these places in between to visit friends. What I heard was that it was the longest funeral procession that they'd had in Cleveland.
Because she knew everybody in Cleveland. We used to take the wagon and those big old crates and make stagecoach out of it and all kinds of things. Because I don't think we had a TV out there, did we?
No.
I don't remember one.
One of my favorite things to do in the desert was to run and jump in the mesquite bushes. And they were real springy, and you could run and jump and then spring back up, and the plant was all right. Once in a while I would misjudge how springy a plant was, and I'd get poked with a broken limb. So, tear my jeans. Mom probably always wondered how my jeans got tore. And we played Army, and Dad told us what all the levels of Army
Brats were.
Yeah. Whether you were a sergeant or a corporal or
A rank.
the different ranks of the military that we played. A roaster oven. When we lived out on the farm, they had a roaster oven. And so before I went to school, I would put a meal in that roaster oven. There were these different little dishes that fit in it exactly. And so I'd have potatoes in one and vegetables in another and meat in a dish, so that when I got home from school, the supper was almost all cooked.
Old-fashioned crock pot.
It was. She thought he didn't know how to read. She wasn't positive, but she didn't think he knew how to read. and they'd go down to visit his side of the family in West Virginia. She commented that they didn't have electricity or indoor plumbing, and Rita would go with them, and Rita talked about having to climb the stairs to go to bed in the loft with a candle that she blew out when she got up there. So I think they probably were just very poor.